Hello, guitar fans of every stripe and description. It is I, Steve, the resident guitar nut, here to just give you a bit of an update. This won't be a long video, but just want to let you know what's going on. At the moment, I am in picturesque Nashville, Tennessee, as usual. But rather than being in my usual studio, I'm actually in a luxury party van. Let me give you a quick look around here. Nice view of the bar there. So anyway, hope you could see some of that. If not, I apologize. I'll set this down and I'll have a seat. So, it's been a while. Almost 2 weeks. I've decided I'm just no longer even going to speculate about when the next episode might be. Life is just too difficult at the moment. And I'm going to go into a little bit of exactly what that looks like for me as of late. Hopefully this is something you'll find interesting, what the life of an aspiring songwriter, guitarist, musician in Nashville is like working a day job. As I said, down here in this luxury party van in Nashville, I'm actually in the parking lot of the steeplechase horse race. I'll be in this van for the next 5 hours. While the clients are in there watching the horses. Speaking of interesting clients, last week I worked 7 16-hour days at a local golf course called The Grove, driving people as a shuttle from point A, a parking lot, to point B, the drop-off point for the clubhouse of the golf course. Back and forth, all day and most of the night. And then got up after a couple of hours, having driven home another hour, and did it all over again. Company's short-handed. It's only a once-a-year event, so I said, what the heck? Wound up working an 88-hour week. Not pay period, week. So in case you're curious as to why I haven't gotten an episode out, I have pretty solid reasons. Speaking of solid reasons for not getting things out, you'll notice I still haven't posted the review for the Music Man's Sterling Stingray. That's because I actually did record a review including sound samples and then went back and listened to it, and frankly it was unacceptable. You could hear the acoustic sound of the guitar louder than the sound of the amplifier, and that's just pointless. So I'm going to redo that review and figure out what I'm going to do about this sound sample situation. I think I know what to do, and eventually it will get posted. There are also going to be a couple of other guitar unboxings and reviews coming, including one from the last of the Southern California makers that I haven't yet delved into. That gives you a bit of a clue. But so that's where things are at with that. So I apologize if you were sitting on the edge of your seat hoping for the next episode. And if you are, then hey, bless you. So anyway, we always like to talk a little bit about what's going on in the world with Rickenbacker. The only particularly notable thing I have to mention is that I noticed there's a new Facebook group called Rickenbacker Market Watch, which is mostly just a place for people to post listings from eBay and Reverb and the like for Rickenbackers that are on sale, but also for some interesting discussion about the market and trends and whatnot. By the way, things are trending down a bit finally after hitting pretty much a high point in the last year. Prices are starting to come down a little bit. They're still quite high, but they are slowly coming down on everything really guitar related, but I'm noticing Rickenbacker specifically. So that's good news to those of you out there that are looking to buy one. Those of you looking to sell one, well, there's still plenty of time before things, if things ever get back to where they were. So also I've noticed there's a lot of brand new 330s being listed on Reverb. So and it's the selling price of $19.99. I guess that's list price. So all of you jokers out there who are trying to sell your beat up 10-year-old 330s for $2,500, I think you might be out of luck. 10 years isn't vintage by anybody's estimation. So, but anyway, yeah, so that's the only Rickenbacker news of any particular import that I have to mention, but that's interesting just the same. Let's see, what else? I've been keeping up on all of the other YouTube channels that I always have. Phil McKnight, Trogley, SMG Studios, which isn't specifically guitars, but in this particular case it was. Glenn Fricker did a review of the new Gibson Dave Mustaine Flying V, where he basically called it an overpriced piece of garbage. And having been through a quest to find a suitable Les Paul to buy for myself for my 50th birthday a few months back, I can't really fault his logic. I still don't own a Les Paul, and I tried many. I guess they're getting better than they were, Gibson, but they haven't reached where they need to be yet, in my opinion. But if you haven't yet, you want to check out that Glenn Fricker interview. It's a review. It's pretty good. If you're not familiar with him, he's quite outspoken, to put it lightly. It's not safe for work material because he drops a lot of F-bombs and whatnot, but all in all, he's fun, and he tends to give pretty honest reviews, so I can recommend that. I haven't noticed much going on in the last 2 weeks in terms of trends of new things being released, which just means they're holding out for the NAMM show, which is coming right away, to release some new things. So you can expect me to have a NAMM-centric show posted. I won't be attending, unfortunately, but I will keep up on everything that's going on, and I'll make an episode about that. Let's see, what else did I want to do? I know what I wanted to do. Some of you had mentioned when I was asking for suggestions for new episodes, it suggested that I review some other books, guitar-related books, of course. And just by coincidence, my wife recently bought me a new guitar book that I wasn't even aware was out. And it's, again, Southern California. I don't know what it is about the place, but it's just a hotbed for guitars, or at least it was. And the book, it's a beautiful hardcover book here. It's called BAKERSFIELD GUITARS. And as I said, it's a hardcover. Looks like a list for $49.95. Not sure if my wife paid that. Knowing her, she probably got it on Amazon for a good discount. At least I hope so. Great book, great photography, as well as covering Mosrite, which you would probably expect. It also covers other brands such as Hallmark, Drugget, Standell, Endcore, Epcore, Sterling, Gospel, Dobro by Mosrite, GM Custom, Mellow Bar, Osborne, and Acoustic. So if you're interested in other cool and unusual 60s primarily guitars, I recommend this highly. It's a great book, a great read. It's coffee table book size, not overly huge, but it's a good sized book, and well worth whatever she paid for it. As I said, I'm sure it wasn't less price. If you knew my wife, you'd understand. So, I don't have much else to say in this particular episode, as it were. I just wanted to let you know what was up and kind of explain myself and let you know what's a little bit of what's coming. In the next episode, which will be more of a, let's call it a real episode, meaning I'll be in the studio, I'm going to give you a peek at another piece of my collection. I think we might go over my current pedal board. If you have any other suggestions for episodes, things you'd like me to cover, segments, like I said, I'd like this to be sort of a variety show rather than just one subject. And at some point I do want to go live. If there's enough of you out there to actually make it viable, who'd get on, and if so, let me know. If you want to go live and send me questions, I can think of a lot of great topics, you know, the one that got away, things of that nature, your favorite guitar and why, you know, there's so many things to mod or not to mod, what you've modded. Lots of great subject matter. So if that's something you'd be into, let me know down in the comments. Say something, you know. Anything else you have in mind, do that as well. And I think I'm going to start including some links to my original songs from my album Tinfoil Hat, so you can get a chance to actually hear the music and go with the face, so to speak. And I apologize for there not being any opening music for this, but kind of doing this on the fly. Hadn't planned on making an episode. I just happened to have this book because I wanted to read it. And it occurred to me that this is a great opportunity since I have the time and I have the phone. So, without any further ado, I'm going to let you go. This has been Steve coming to you, as always. Play on, rock on, chime on, and until next I speak to you, stay frosty. I'm out!